All right. 13 love, 13 knowledge, 13 wisdom, and 13 respect. This is your creation 13. How's it going? Today we're going to be talking about the function of the will and intent. What to look for. And I'm going to be using, I finally got a marker board. So we're going to be using a marker board to discuss the will, it's its own thing, and then the intent. Because you have to create the will to create the intent. And this takes a lot of dedication and time to manifest what you want to, what you require in your life, right? What you require. It's like I talked about in the previous video. You know, you don't want to be talking, you don't want to be doing your needs and your wants and your begging and pleading with the Creator, with the universe, right? You know, you got to stand your ground firmly, and present that will and intent to the universe. And you got to be strong-willed to do so, and you got to be spiritually charged. You got to have that energy flowing to allow it to happen. Now, requirements in your life have to make sense, right? You know, if you want to be a superhero and walk through walls and a lot of stuff that is really unnecessary, your will and intent is never going to manifest what you want, because that's not what this realm is about, right? This realm is a school of learning, growing, and managing your life and managing your creation, right? Because you're a creator. You are creating your experience, right? You don't control others, but you do create your experiences based on choices and based on your will and your intent, right? Your life is full of choices with your will and intent. You know, we use our will and intent all the time, unknowingly, but if you use that awareness of the will and intent, it's going to help you manifest things better. But again, it is based upon what is required of you in your in this life, right? In this life, because you are a character in this matrix structure, and you have a role to play, right? And again, we make the choices and decisions just like a video game. You know, you're either going to go down the left path, or you're going to go down the right path, or you're going to go right into the front door, right? You know, there is choices, and you got to have a will and intent. What is your intent to go to the left? What is your intent to go to the right? And what is your intent to go right through the front door? What are you going to do, right? And it's going to take your willpower to be able to handle the choice you make. So if you go to the right, it's going to take your willpower to deal with what's ever on the right side, deal with what's ever on the left side, and deal with what's ever in that door, right? When you enter that gate, you know, you have to deal with that. So it's all about the willpower as well. So we're going to kind of do some of the basics of what you're wanting to do. So meditation is key. It is, because you got to sit in your power, and I'll be discussing more about your intent through meditation in another video. Since I got this, it'll make it a little bit more easier, hopefully. Just leave comments below if this helps you guys in any way. But meditation is key to create your will and intent, because you got to clear out your being. You got to clear it out. You have to, right? Just with like the will and intent here, you are going to have this space right here. Okay, you're going to have this space here right in the middle, and that's the sacred place. This is the 0 point, right? This is the stage that you are going to create, right? Look at that. It's an egg right there. So you're going to have in your sacred place, your sacred space, the 0 point, you're going to be meditating on the will and meditating on the intent. And conveniently, since it looks like an egg that's cracking, based upon your will and intent, when you come back out of that meditation, that egg will start to crack and break open, and then your will and intent will present itself. It's amazing stuff, it really is. So when you go through meditation, you got to know what you're going into for your will and intent. So you're going to want to base things on the will. What are you willing? Right? What are you willing? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to accomplish? What are you willing to succeed in to achieve your goals, right? So that's what we're looking at, you know. So based upon that, let's write this because I'm still new at this. So we want to achieve, right? We want to accomplish. So say for example, the will is a job, right? You want to find a job you love. So you're going to write down job. There's a lot of things in my mind I can write here. Let's make it simple. So the will is a job. Second is love, right? Because if you want to have your will to be accomplished, you got to set goals. So if you want a job, you want to present it with love. Security, that's a good one. And security is a lot of ways, you know, being able to have the finances you need to pay your bills. Security that you have a steady business foundation, so then you can be secure in what you're doing in that job, right? So security is key. Again, it's going to be about, let's see, I'm trying to think of a different word, because money, the universe doesn't understand money, but it understands abundance. So you're going to want an abundance in there. And I'm not going to know how to spell that, but abundance is key. So job, love, security, abundance. Man, I should have grabbed my phone. But you're going to want abundance in there. I do that all the time. And whenever I hear ringing of the ears, or I just feel like the energy is shifting and moving, timelines are changing, I always say abundance, love, growth, right? And that's another thing for will, is growth in your life. No matter what it may be, you want to always blossom and bloom, right? So you want bloom to be in there. So job, love, security, abundance, growth, bloom, friendships. That's always good to have people come into your life to help you out, even if it's for a little while, right? So I think that's kind of the basics of what you're looking at, right? On the will side, again, you want to set intent and the will. So the will is first of what you're wanting to accomplish through meditation. So you want a job that creates love, security, abundance, growth within your life, right? Whatever it may be, relationships, anything of that nature. Bloom, blossom. You want things to continue to present itself, right? You know, just like a flower, you know, it's going to stay in a bud, but eventually it's going to bloom, and you're going to be able to see your will manifest, right? And then again, friendships are key, right? Friendships, whether it be long-term or a short-term, right? Friendships help you succeed in that will, okay? So the intent, right? And people are going to be like, well, those wills can be intent too. No. So intent is going to be after this. So the will is these, so the intent. why are you getting a job, right? Why are you getting a job, right? So again, it is going to be finances. I'm just going to put money. I don't like that word, but we're going to do money anyways. So we'll do money. Let's see. Debt-free. That's a good one, right? The intent is debt-free. So debt-free. Now, theoretically, we'll always be in debt. But if you have that intent that you're going to be debt-free, you're going to be able to balance out your life, right? Balance is key. So intent is balance as well. So you got love as the will and balance as the intent. So love and balance. Love and balance. So you got love and the intent is balance within love. Let's see what else we got. We got security, breakthrough, right? So if we have security, we're going to have breakthrough because we are secure in what we're doing, right? That is key. Security, breakthrough. The intent, breakthrough. Again, growth, blooming. You want to see things, what's the word I'm looking for? Growth, bloom. We'll get back to that. There's a key word too there, but I'll get back to it. So friendships, again, is going to be the intent of working together, right? Working together. Because you can't always do things by yourself, so you need to work together with others and learn how to work together. Because in life, we are going to learn from one another, right? We all are born and raised in different lifestyles and different homes. So we see things, we see life through one perception, right? A selective perception. So when we go and meet other people, we are going to experience different lifestyles and choices and things that you never thought about, right? Challenges that you never thought you would see, right? And that's going to present a different viewpoint for your will and intent every time you're putting your will and intent in place, right? So friendship is working together. So growth and bloom. Trying to think would be a good one. I would say foundation. That would be your foundation. You are going to have a better understanding of what you're creating, right? Growth, the blooming, planting your seeds, right? You're going to see your foundation. If it is rocky, if it is smooth, if it is solid, right? You're going to see your foundation take shape, right? See how far it's going to grow, see how far it's going to blossom within your life and within other people's lives as well. So that's pretty much the basics of will and intent. And that's just, a way of, still trying to figure out how to do this here. So that's just the way of looking at what you're doing when you go into that sacred place in meditation, setting that will and intent. So again, the will. What are you going into? So you got to clear yourself out in meditation so then you are clear-headed and your heart is ready to create that intent, that will, right? And it's going to take spiritual energy. It's going to take your synergy, projecting it out there, because it's not just sitting there going, okay, I want a job, love, security. That's easy to say, right? You got to stand your ground. You got to say, hey, yo, I need a job. I require a job. I don't need it. I require it to accomplish my goals, right? I need a job to accomplish my goals. So you're going to set that will and intent. I need my job. I need a job. Or a promotion. Maybe you already have a job and you want a promotion, right? You got to be able to have love in everything you do. Your will needs to be in that state of love, right? Because if you always hate, if you're hate or in negative mode, or you don't know a left from right, up or down, you're just very lost and confused, then you need to find something else to do. Because without love, your will is never going to be successful, right? So you're looking for a job, you got to love what you do and create love that surrounds you. Because you will always have, and no matter what kind of job you have, you're going to have your good people, you're going to have your bad people, you're going to have your gossipers, etc., etc., etc. That's life. That's life, right? That is how we create our will and intent, and that's how we create our choices. Because if everybody was the same, and everything was in harmony, we wouldn't learn, we wouldn't grow. So love is key for your strength and foundation, right? Security. You are looking for a strong place to look at. So you're not back and forth going, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to get the right money to pay my bills and things like that? So you got to be able to find a secure way of accomplishing what you need. Again, growth and bloom is going to be what you want to develop in that will and intent. And then friendships is key, because you'll talk with people, friendships can develop, and sometimes it's partnerships as well, right? Friendships, partnerships is the same thing. You're getting to know somebody to help you in your will. So again, and then intent comes in with you're getting a job to get money. You want to be debt-free. Security, debt-free. Now, again, you're going to be in debt always, but you want to have that security that you will be debt-free. The money will continue to flow in, right? So you are setting your intent. And then balance is key. Love creates balance. Love creates balance. If you're in hate mode or in a bad mood every day, you're never going to have balance in your life, right? It's going to spiral down, and your will deplete because your intent is weak, right? Again, if you're in a negative state and you're just not happy and things of that nature, your will deplete and your intent will become weak. That is key. Breakthrough, growth, and bloom. You want to see breakthrough within what you're creating, right? Whether it be job, friendships, development, you want to see breakthrough. If you're not seeing breakthrough, then you need to go back to what is your will to accomplish your intent for breakthrough in your life, right? I learn this every day, right? I want to see breakthrough in my life. So I always look at these to create that breakthrough. Again, we got working together, friendship, partnership. Always try to find ways to work together in harmony. Don't be yelling at each other. Don't be gossiping about other people, right? That gets you nowhere, and that gets everybody else nowhere either, right? You're going to be surrounded by gossipers and people who think negative. That's because it is up to you to either follow in that footsteps or become a role model or help them see there's other options to become a better person as well. And that takes maturity, right? Maturity is key. The older you get, hopefully, the wiser you get and the more wisdom that you gain from past choices that may have been stuff you regret doing and things of that nature, right? So breakthrough is key, working together is key, and then creating a strong foundation within your will and within your intent. You got to see what is blooming and growing and developing around your life. Foundation is key. A solid foundation is key. But if it's if there's cracks in your foundation, or if it's quicksand foundation, or it's unleveled, right? There's different things you have to look at in your foundation. You got to look at the strengths and weaknesses of your foundation and build upon that again with the will, right? With the will. So hopefully this helps you guys. I'll be trying to figure out different ways, because as you can see, it's a little glare, but it gives you a basic idea of what we're looking at. And like I said, conveniently, we have an egg right in the middle. This is your sacred place, right? The 0 point. This is going to be that place through meditation that is going to develop the will and the intent. But you got to be strong in that. You can't just say, oh, okay, I want a job. Okay, I want love and security. You got to say, hey, right? I require a job. I require love within my life. Keyword balance, the intent of balance. The will, love, the intent of balance. The will of security and the intent of being debt free. The will of friendship, the intent of breakthrough and working together, etc., etc., etc. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this short. It's still longer than I wanted, but hopefully you get this. This helps you out in some way, shape, or form. I'm going to continue to use this as a way of creating different ways to help you look at that, because I think when we see it on paper or on a marker board, it kind of develops that mindset, right? Because you got to have that mindset to create that will and intent, because sometimes if you don't have clarity in your will and intent, right, it's going to be cloudy, it's going to be murky, and you're not going to be able to see very far on what you're wanting to create in your life, right? Creation is key. Life is creation, right? You can either create or destroy. So you want to create, right? That's the key word. That's why you want to have love within your will at all times, because with love creates balance, so then you can stand strongly within your life and have a stronger foundation, right, as well. And the key thing is, when in meditation, you want to have a guide to guide you through things, right? Because sometimes your mind will wander in meditation and can take you off track of your will and intent. So you're going to want to have a mentor through your meditation, right? Christ is my mentor. It's just, I grew up with Christ, and he's been good to me, man. He's been good. So you just got to find your strength and your mentor, your spirit guide, to help you see these and help you manifest your will and intent as well, right? Because sometimes we can't do it by ourselves because our mind wanders. So we got to have a mentor or a spirit guide to help us succeed within the will and intent as well. Because through meditation, you're going to end up having mystical journeys. It's going to help you manifest what you want to see in your physical reality. So again, I could talk forever. 13 love to you all. If you have any questions, concerns, just leave them in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. And whatever you want to discuss on this, right? Because there's two ways you can look at things: being selective, or you can begin to be more transparent, so then you can begin to see the bigger picture of things, right? Because this is a bigger picture. Being able to acknowledge what the will means and the intent, right? Acknowledging your will and intent as well. So I could keep talking forever. So love yourself, keep shining bright. I'll talk to y'all later.